2013, the strange death of 21-year-old Elisa Lam at Los Angeles Cecil Hotel shocked the world. A viral elevator video, wild conspiracy theories, and chilling coincidences kept the internet obsessed. Tonight, we dive into what's real and what's just speculation. Elisa Lam was a young Canadian student from Vancouver, the daughter of immigrants who had worked hard to give her opportunities. Like many 21-year-olds, she dreamed of travel, adventure, and independence. In late January of 2013, she checked into Los Angeles Cecil Hotel, a building with a notorious reputation. The Cecil wasn't your average tourist spot. Its history was stained with crime, suicides, and even serial killers who had stayed there. Still, Elisa, traveling solo, booked her room and began exploring the city. She posted updates on Tumblr, sharing her thoughts and photographs along the way. But on January 31st, 2013, Elisa vanished. She failed to check out, missed scheduled calls with her parents, and stopped posting online. Her family, deeply worried, alerted authorities. Flyers with her photo spread across downtown Los Angeles. Police combed through the hotel but found nothing. Weeks passed with no sign of her until February 19th, when guests at the hotel began complaining about low water pressure, strange smells, and even dark-colored water. Maintenance workers checked the rooftop water tanks, and inside one of them, floating lifelessly, was Elisa Lam. How did a young woman with no apparent injuries end up in a sealed water tank on top of the building? The discovery was as horrifying as it was mysterious, and for many it raised far more questions than answers. The case truly exploded online after police released surveillance footage from the hotel's elevator. The video, dated February 1st, shows Elisa behaving in ways that fueled endless speculation. At first, she steps inside calmly, pressing multiple buttons, as if trying to choose a floor. But then her behavior changes. She darts in and out of the elevator. She peers down the hallway nervously, as if someone might be following her. She hides in the corner, then steps out again. Her hand movements, unusual and almost ritualistic, became one of the most analyzed parts of the video. Was she signaling to someone, communicating with an unseen presence, or simply disoriented? Even stranger, the elevator doors remain open far longer than normal, as if malfunctioning. To internet viewers, it felt like something supernatural was interfering. Within days, the footage had millions of views. Social media users dissected every frame, searching for hidden clues. Some swore they saw ghostly shadows. Others insisted she was under the influence of drugs or controlled by an external force. This elevator video turned Elisa Lam's case from a local tragedy into a global internet obsession. The internet thrives on mystery, and Elisa Lam's case became the perfect storm. Dozens of theories emerged, each more unsettling than the last. The Cecil Hotel already had a reputation for being haunted. Over the decades, suicides and violent deaths had occurred inside its walls. Serial killers like Richard Ramirez, known as the Night Stalker, had once stayed there. So when people saw Elisa's erratic elevator video, many believed she was being haunted or even possessed. Another theory claimed Elisa was the victim of a covert government project. Some online communities suggested she had been used as a test subject for secret psychological experiments, possibly linked to mind control programs. The strange hand gestures in the elevator were interpreted as side effects of such trials. One of the eeriest ideas connected her actions to a Korean urban legend called the elevator game. According to the ritual, by pressing buttons in a specific sequence, a person could open a portal to another dimension. To believers, Elisa's frantic button pressing looked like an attempt to play this dangerous game. Theories grew even stranger when internet detectives noticed uncanny coincidences. A horror film called Dark Water, released years earlier, featured a girl found dead in a rooftop water tank of an apartment building, eerily similar to Elisa's fate. And during the time of Elisa's disappearance, Los Angeles health officials were running tuberculosis tests in the nearby area using a diagnostic kit named Lam Elisa. For conspiracy theorists, these coincidences were too bizarre to ignore. Each of these theories spread like wildfire on forums, YouTube channels, and blogs, blurring the line between fact and fiction. But while chilling, None of these explanations held up when investigators uncovered the actual evidence. Now let's separate fact from speculation. Elisa Lam had a documented history of bipolar disorder and was prescribed several medications, including antidepressants and mood stabilizers. Toxicology reports later confirmed that while traces of these drugs were in her system, she had not been taking her full prescriptions. This likely contributed to the erratic behavior seen in the elevator footage. Second, despite online theories of foul play, the autopsy found no evidence of sexual assault, physical trauma, or poisoning. The cause of death was ruled an accidental drowning. While many believed the rooftop water tank was impossible to access, this wasn't true. The Cecil Hotel's fire escape provided a way to the roof, and though the tanks were heavy, maintenance workers confirmed it was possible for someone to climb in. Elisa, in a state of severe disorientation, may have entered voluntarily without fully understanding the danger. The hotel itself played a role. The Cecil was notorious for poor security. Doors and stairwells were often unlocked. Cameras only covered certain areas. For a vulnerable young traveler experiencing mental health struggles, the environment was a recipe for disaster. When pieced together, the most likely explanation is tragic, but not supernatural. Elisa suffered a severe episode of bipolar disorder, wandered to the rooftop, and accidentally drowned in the water tank. Still, for many, this explanation feels unsatisfying, perhaps because the mystery has been clouded for so long by eerie theories. Elisa Lam's story became one of the internet's first truly viral true crime mysteries. Online sleuths analyzed her case for years, producing documentaries, podcasts, and countless YouTube videos. In 2021, Netflix released Crime Scene: The Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel, reigniting debate. The series highlighted not just Elisa's struggles, but also the dangers of viral speculation, where conspiracy theories can sometimes overshadow real mental health issues. The Cecil Hotel itself closed for renovations, but remains infamous, cemented in pop culture as one of America's most haunted buildings. For Elisa's family, however, the internet frenzy brought pain. They've often reminded the public that at the center of this case is not just a mystery, but a daughter and a sister whose life was tragically cut short. Elisa Lam's case reminds us how easily fear, coincidence, and imagination can blur our understanding of tragedy. Was it paranormal, a secret experiment, or simply a heartbreaking accident tied to mental illness? The truth may never fully satisfy everyone, but what we do know is that Elisa's story continues to haunt the internet, a modern legend born from real events. What do you believe happened that night? Share your thoughts in the comments. And if you found this deep dive compelling, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss another true crime mystery.